Yeah, we're doing a stream. Um, TikTok getting shut down this week, so I just added TikTok as a channel. I don't think I got any followers, but looks like there's no opportunity. It's over. It's done. At least in the U.S. I think it's already banned in India, so you know, it's kind of dying. They did too good, too good. Should I join the voice
No.
channel? Is this dangerous to join the voice channel on stream? What do you guys think?
Hi.
What up? What
Um,
up? Were you guys talking about stuff in here? You guys were hanging out?
y- yeah, take how to take care of our TS circuit.
How to take care of our TS circuit?
Yeah, so I was clarifying the issue that I posted about the symbols in schematic label stuff that I created for ground, which is not a clean code after I saw it again.
Oh yeah.
Yes, so Tickman wants to uh, fix those issues.
Yeah,
The core
yeah.
and circuit SVG ones. Yeah, so I
Makes
was just
sense.
clarifying stuff.
That does
Mm.
make sense. Yeah. Well, I don't want to.
Are you on stream now?
I'm on stream, so yeah. Maybe if you guys were chatting, maybe I hop out of this channel. Seems it's like I'm
I think
broadcasting
I
your
think he understands
conversation.
everything.
You've said everything
Yeah,
there
no,
is to
no.
be
I
said.
think yeah, I even shared screen though.
You know what I could do?
Yeah,
Hold on. Here's what I'm gonna do.
yeah.
Just so that I'm not accidentally, I'm gonna create a channel on Discord, and it's gonna be the live stream voice channel, and then there'll be no mistaking whether or not you're on live stream or not. Because I feel a little bit bad. It's almost like recording people, with, like, except you're not only recording it, you're also publicly doing it. I hope it's legal. Anyway, now that it's called live stream, hopefully it's a little bit better.
I
Anyway.
did not consent.
Yeah, exactly. there are strict rules in some places around these things. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the death
yeah.
of TS circuit. Can you imagine all the crazy stuff we're doing, and then it's some BS like that? Anyway, I'm gonna hop into that channel for clarity's sake. And then I might do the old Twitter Spaces later as well. I am curious if Twitter Spaces is a good way to do
Yep.
voice. Lets more people participate. Still stream, I think, but just add that additional layer of Twitter Space on top of it. Ansh, hello, welcome. Welcome. Good to see you. Yeah, so gonna start out with some issue clarification. By the way, the issue roulette thing, I should probably deploy that because I can't remember the URL to even play with it. So let's start ourselves off by deploying that guy. Issue roulette. Do I have changes? I have a Vercel thing here. I think I tried to deploy this, so it might actually be deployed. I'm not sure. Yes, it was good. Good chatting with you this morning. Okay, so we'll add the issue roulette repo. And then we'll give it a nice domain on TS Circuit. So we'll say issues.tscircuit.com. We'll start with this domain. I might want to use this domain for something else later, but it's a good way to start. On my other screen, I'm going to configure Cloudflare. Try not to show all of my very public DNS information on stream. Just good practice to not show your public to everyone in the world DNS information.
Yep.
Yo. What's up? We're configuring DNS, so you came in at a nice lull. So take the floor. Thank you. Thank you for your silence. All right, issues.tscircuit.com. I believe it is
Wait.
now. It is now up. It is now live.
So we don't know if you are talking to us or
You can
the
never
chat,
tell. Who am I talking
Yeah.
to? Yeah, I mean this is the whole. Have you ever heard there's this thing called a parasocial relationship. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
We
No.
don't have one because we're actually talking. But there's this thing called a parasocial relationship, and what it means is that somebody feels like they are really attached to a celebrity or something, like the celebrity is their friend, but the celebrity doesn't even know who they are. So it's a
Oh, yeah.
asymmetric kind of relationship. And basically, my point in saying this is, normally when you're live streaming, it's like this sort of parasocial thing, but in our case, because we all interact, it's really not. And so, we're really straddling this live streamer issue.
Can I give you my questions about this issue?
Yeah, go ahead. Why don't you hit me since I'm looking at it and whatnot? And I'm gonna put in
Yeah.
AirPods real
So
quick just to help with mic leakage. But yeah, go
yeah.
crazy.
Um, First, let's go with the title. Implement auto-routing upload dataset directory.
Yeah.
So, is there other options like instead of dataset something else like
Maybe
uploading?
I already don't like this name. What if we said upload solutions? Or wait,
Yeah. Yes.
yeah, is that better?
Yeah.
Upload solutions,
Or
and then
routed solutions. Yes.
maybe like
Something
that.
like this. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's a flag. Yeah.
that seems a lot clearer to me. Okay.
Okay. So the development is ready. If I. Oh wait. Creating a package JSON for the dataset, which has the auto routing name. It's the first point in the issue. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to
In
add
the
a
authentication.
package JSON. Yeah.
Yeah. I added that, but is it legit or? I mean, I just added add auto routing author dot dataset name, but I think the auto routing datasets has a slash instead of dot. Uh, so I'm not sure about the naming
Yeah.
thing.
What I'll
Or
do,
are we gonna switch? Yeah.
I'm gonna create an npm organization. Let me see if we can get auto routing. But what I'll do is I'll create an organization called auto routing. Okay, I just did it. Yeah. And I won't publish any packages to that. That will be our okay, so I just made it. I'll show it. So we now have this auto routing organization. So what we can do is say all of our packages are at auto routing dot slash whatever seviibar dot dataset name.
Yeah.
So we'll use this, but they won't be on npm. We'll override this org registry. We already do this, and that way people can eventually install auto routing packages with npm. So just do auto routing slash dataset name for now, and that'll be our way of identifying them.
Yeah. So auth dot dataset name, or just removing the auth.
This is actually right. So that's actually correct.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
auto.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Where I can't believe
If
I
we
didn't
use
buy
a
that
post.
or not buy, but I can't believe I didn't get that npm org earlier. Because if somebody else had got that, that would have sucked. Yeah. Autorouting.com, but no
Check.
auto routing npm org. That would have sucked.
Okay, that's a check. There's many. Yeah. So the authentication thing. That point is easy.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think the authentication logic is pretty crazy. So let me make it an issue, like validate authentication or TSCI login works.
I mean, I tested it using TSCI. It's TSCI auth login, which works. I
Oh, we
mean,
should
when
have
you
this alias too. But yeah, okay. It
yeah,
it,
it's
it
auth.
works. So you have okay.
Yeah, it prompts you to go to the site and log in with GitHub there, and then it sends you back, which is I mean, it doesn't. I mean, functionally it does work, but if you didn't sign in before, you're gonna have to sign in, and then you gotta have to do the command again in the
Oh,
terminal.
really? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a snippets bug, I think. I don't know. Do you know where it goes for login? It probably goes to registry.tscircuit.com. It probably goes to this
Yeah, it's
website.
go here. It goes here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So we need
signed
to
in here.
port. Oh, okay. Let me make an issue for that, and I can try to set that up. That's a good issue. Okay. So, um, add login page authentication system for CLI reference implementation on registry.tscircuit.com. Just needs
Yeah.
to be ported. I might have a separate site for this too. Actually, we might have a site like auth.tscircuit.com that handles it because I just like,
Yeah.
why bother? We're going to use this stuff all the time. Why have it super connected to snippets?
Yeah.
Sevi needs that. I'll just say I'll assign myself. I need to add details. But it works right now, so that's good.
Okay, it works as a sign in, and it prompts you in the terminal that it signed in correctly, but okay, what do I need to do in when I do the upload command? I mean, it logs you in. Okay, then what? I
Uh,
mean,
like it validate. Oh, I see. So this issue is done basically. Um,
yeah.
we should add the alias for TSI auth login, TSCI login. That's a really easy one. um, yeah, and then upload. Okay, so upload solutions. That's good. There's probably data set. There probably could be another flag. We could do sample, path to sample. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so, okay, so you have the auth token. Now what?
Yeah.
So, right, you need the API. Okay, so okay, all right. We're on the same page. So, yeah, this is tricky, but all this source code is there. So this contribute thing is open source, right? And I think the
Mm-hmm.
API is also on that repo. So, or maybe that I'm not. I think that repo has a fake API. But anyway, if you look at the API calls this makes, I'm not going to do it on the public website. But if you do this locally, all of those same commands you can use, and I think it literally uploads it file by file. So just whatever file it uploads, just use, you know,
We got it.
yeah. And then the
Uh,
authentication token is
yes.
the one that you got. Sorry,
Okay,
it's a
so
little unclear.
should I upload it like a full folder that has the name outputs exactly like how we made it in the run command, in the free routing run command, which created the outputs folder for each sample.
Yeah, I think I would make the outputs. I'm trying to think how this should look in here. I almost feel like we should show like outputs as a button, and then you
Drop
click
down or
it and you can
something.
see the output,
Yeah,
or a separate section. But yeah,
yeah,
literally upload it with the file path outputs. And the thing is like, because you might be uploading the timing, like it would be cool to also see the timing, like, oh, how long did this take with free routing? Okay, well then what system did
oh
it run
yeah.
on? Um,
Mm.
so we might want to include that information. So, uh, yeah, I don't really know what the best way to do that is. It's almost like a file system doesn't work super well for that, but yeah, let's do one thing at a time. I'm pretty sure I had
Yeah.
a concept for this that was a little bit different. If we look at the dataset API, so this is the private one. Maybe I'll give you access to this because this one is it doesn't actually have any auth, so I might be able to open source this whole thing. But I think there's supposed to be a way to upload benchmarks. Like you're saying, oh, on this system, I got these results. So we could actually, maybe we could just do that. Let me see. So right now I'm looking for the database tables, auto router run result. Yeah. So auto router ID, that goes to like a table with free routing, like name and description and all that. Sample ID, checks passing, runner system, so what system it was run on, like the operating system, maybe this number of CPUs, stuff like that. I mean, we could introduce API endpoints for this. I think what I'm gonna do, should I just open source this? I think I can probably just open source this, and then we can work on. Yeah, I think I will open source that repo, and then we can also work on the back end because it might be better than uploading outputs as files. Yeah, okay. The funny thing is we have a fake API here, so we could also just build out the fake, which is a lot simpler. How familiar are you with Postgres, Absi?
What's that? I'm sorry. Yeah, not very familiar.
Yeah, it might be easier to build out the
Not
fake.
so much.
Okay, then... Okay.
I mean, I can try, but I'm gonna need to learn stuff.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Plan. Okay. Let me do this for now. Let's see if I can add you as a contributor so that you can at least see all the stuff I'm talking about. And then I think what we want to do is port it over to our fake because it'll make it easier to test. Fakes are just the fake API is just going to be easier to test things with. Let's see if I can add you. Oh, dude, I forgot you need Absi LY
2001.
2001.
Actually, it's Absi 2001. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, it's just Absi 2001.
No, there's no.
There we go.
Probably.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Let's do this. We'll do right. Don't push to main. Okay, it looks like it worked. So you should be able to see the production API uses Postgres and typically lags behind our snippets API. Ansh wants in as well. I should just open source this. Do a couple issues on. Did you already do issues on autorouting.com? I can't remember, Absu. Or sorry, Ansh. If you did some issues over there, I can add you. I haven't made up my mind yet because normally I don't open source the big backends, but I think we could probably do it. You want to know for trending snippet? That's a different backend. This is a different backend API. We have a couple backend APIs. There's actually quite a few, and they all have different things that I don't want to get DDoSed on. But I think I probably will open up the actual backend for that one. But for now, I'm just gonna add Absi. I'm gonna mull it over for like 2 hours before I open source it. Because we're not really monetizing or like there's not a security concern. There's not really a security concern with autorouting.com. It's not going to have private data sets. So, yeah, it might be okay. Also, I'm failing to deploy your issue roulette, which is making me very sad. Oh, the production deployment failed. Sorry, go ahead. Who is that? Apsy.
Yeah. So when we log in using TSI command, so we get the token just like that, and we can use we can update stuff there. And I mean, I'm not following 100% with the authentication thing. Sorry.
Yeah, it's tough because I don't want to show my token on stream either, uh,
I mean,
but
what? Uh, yeah.
so let's look
So
at the fake
when you
API.
log in or something, yeah, it's better. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just
So
working with that for now. Actually,
okay, so
this is auto routing, not .com.
oh, you're right.
Nice
Also,
names.
real quick, we won't use your token. I trust everyone here. Ansh,
Probably.
the issue roulette doesn't deploy for me. Figure it out. Figure it out, dude. um. Oh, this is. We can
API.
change this to
Yeah.
autorouting.com. Got to add tags. Tags are how you get on lists on GitHub, and it improves your SEO. So anything that we want to be listed on, I'll have to think of some more later. And then you also need a description. So the official website, CLI, and tooling for autorouting.com. That makes it sound like it's we're all just kind of imitating, a really refined production playground. Okay, so we should have routes, API, routes,
Routes, datasets.
data
It's all
set.
datasets. Yeah.
Actually,
We have
maybe
update.
samples create because that's going to be the most similar. So
Mhm.
there's no auth on it. Okay, I didn't implement. There's probably auth on the production API
Update,
here.
update. Uh, yeah, dataset update has auth on it.
Oh, it does. So
Yeah,
the
update. Dataset update. Yeah, the
yeah
fake one. Yeah.
the fake yeah. Okay, so auth session. So how winter spec routes work? If we go to with winter spec, it has all these definitions, and you can see there's a session auth. And so if you
Mm-hmm.
follow this thread, uh, you can see all you have to do is set this authorization header, and then you put in a token bearer, and then you put the token. So you literally just insert that token, and you can do whatever you want on autorouting.com with that user. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I set up something almost similar to this.
Yeah. This is a very
Yeah, it helped a
standard.
lot.
We use this auth pattern everywhere. Super super normal. So whenever, generally speaking, whenever you have a TS circuit auth token, just set the authorization header, and it should work. Anj says, "Review my PRs for God's sake." I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. All right, well,
Yeah, it's a good one actually.
options.binary.
He-
So this didn't
Yeah,
work for
I
me.
tested
Like,
this.
you tested it, it does
Oh
work.
wait, for both viewers that didn't work earlier, it now work with Ansh's update PR.
Options.binary.
I mean, you can just go to the to development to deployment and download the 3D
Oh, you're
thing
right.
circuit.
Yeah. But what does this fix? The downloaded fixes how
Yes. So
Oh,
if you
is it
go
the
now
file
for
extension that's
to
wrong?
yeah, so if you go now to tscircuit.com, I can give you a GLT a 3D viewer that won't work with our file for some reason,
Yeah, oh yeah.
which
No, I
was
remember
probably
reading
from the extension.
your issue. Yeah. Cuz you
Yeah,
said
yeah,
this is the 3D viewer that doesn't work.
yeah, it doesn't support it. Which weird. Why there is a viewer that works and a viewer that didn't?
Well, so
I mean,
what Ansh is saying, if this fixes it, what he's saying is that the file extension needs to be changed.
yeah, you can drag and drop it.
This
Yeah,
doesn't work. I don't know.
yeah.
Wait, am I on the? Oh no, that's tscircuit.com. So let's go to his preview URL.
Yeah, you can go to yeah. It works
So
probably.
does he
I
just
tested
change
it.
the
It works.
extension to GLB? Because then he needs to change the download button.
Actually, so there is, I think, two types for the 3D. For some reason, there's two types for the 3D component and for the 3D download extension, and he handles
Right.
both, I guess.
So now
Yeah.
so this is the bug now. But okay, so it's
It's not a
fine.
yeah
Yeah,
yeah yeah.
yeah. Yeah, we just need to change the
It's not a
drop down.
GLTF no more. Yeah,
Yeah.
which works now.
Okay, so yeah, let's make
Or-
sure it works. So it's literally just these viewers are like, oh hey, you gave me a GLTF, but it's actually a GLB. So it's literally just like, does the viewer look at the file extension or do they look at the file content? And that's why it works sometimes and doesn't work other times.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the drop down in the download menu should display GLB. Otherwise, this looks good. We don't want to create confusion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna if a PR looks like it doesn't need a hard review, I'm gonna defer it. I don't. Are some of these kind of old? Last month?
Yeah. Snippets is full of PRs.
It should auto stale. I don't know what's going on there. Like they should. I think we have a stalebot config. Let me see. Maybe we don't. I don't think we have a stalebot config. Let's add one. The world runs on stalebot configs. Oh, it's a workflow. Okay, let's see if we have one. We do have it. Stale.yaml runs daily at midnight. Oh, the times are really long. Yeah, we want to adjust these times. Yeah, 2 days. We only let a PR stand for 2 days because we review quickly. So let's fix this.
Yeah, there's no review that lasted more than 24 hours, I guess.
Yeah. We review everything in less than 24 hours. So, okay. Stale out PRs faster. I've also found that like if an issue is older than 60 days, it usually is no longer applicable. Sometimes issues do last that long, but then it stays open if there's any activity. So it's like also nobody's interacted with it. I guess somebody's attempting that. I really wish I didn't get notifications when somebody attempts it. Fix fork errors not showing. Oh, people want my review. Rishab, review the easy ones for me. Implement a fancy loading page for all navigation. I was very upset. Somebody implemented this. I don't know, but they did it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You did it wrong again. Skeleton loader.tsx. They import a framework we don't use. Yeah. It's not how that works. Did I comment on this?
No.
No, I didn't.
He's double claiming too. Nice.
Not the right fix. The loading will still appear. The reason is the loading appears. Oh, we got somebody in the Discord. Who is it?
Dickman is ticking.
Oh, it's Techman. What up, Techman? How's it going?
Yeah, see my PR on the circuit to SBG. I have added some screenshots.
You got it, pal. Circuit to SVG. One review coming right up. Reviews as a service.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was complaining about this. Yeah, it's a design PR, so it's kind of tough. You really got to prove that your design is optimal. Okay. All right. You know, you did a good job
I
on
Looks
this. The
I went
only thing
more.
is,
yeah, it looks good. Yeah.
yeah, you didn't label the transparencies. Nice examples. Review for nice example. Is that what you were talking about this morning,
Yeah.
Absi?
See my comment, I
Yeah,
believe.
that's not even a useful. I don't know. It's okay to give a compliment,
Yeah.
but to submit a review for it is a bit much. Just leave a single comment. Don't submit a review. Um,
Which looks better and good.
yeah.
Mm.
I wish you had labeled these, but I think this is kind of tough actually. I kind of like the I think I like this one. I feel like I'm a girl choosing her wedding dress right now. That's how I feel. I think I like this one. I'll
Okay,
give you
which
the
is
link to it, I
number of
guess.
this
They're
one?
not labeled, so it's kind of hard to
Yeah,
I'll just give you the image address. Add more bounties and solve
Wait.
issues faster. Yeah, I do want to add more bounties. I do feel a little bit bad about not having as many bounties as I'd like. All right, Techman, I'm DMing you the link to the image I liked. Hopefully that loads for you. If not, I'm gonna try to. I don't know how to.
yeah, yeah.
I'll copy the image because I don't think I'm not 100% sure the link will work because GitHub does fun stuff
Yeah,
with
it's
their
working.
private links. Yeah,
It's
I do
working. I
wish
got.
I was able to make more issues. At the same time, we do have a lot of unsolved issues. We have like $2,000 of open bounties still. But let's see, how many issues did I make this week? I forget to check that. I made 70 issues. I wonder how many got solved. How many issues did we close? Huh.
We
I
don't.
wonder if we should track the number of issues that the person closes too. We make almost
I mean,
100 issues a week.
probably every PR closes something, except you, probably.
Yeah, except mine.
Which
Yeah.
you, yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't bother creating an issue most of the time. I also don't bother closing the
Sometimes.
PR most
Yeah.
of the time or closing the original issue if I do fix one.
The issue. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
I do find some stuff that I close with time.
Yeah. My apologies. My look, I'm here to create energy, all right? That's my function. I create issues. I live stream so people understand things better, but keep a tidy space. I don't know. It's it's a tall
It's
order.
not just us. I mean, yeah. I see. I saw some issues on maybe Bun that hasn't been closed for a long
Yeah.
time. I think, which
It's only
actually
going to get
solved. They
yeah.
have some. Yeah.
No, absolutely. I mean, I had to close my own. That somebody fixed an issue I had in Bun, and I had to close it myself. I think somebody from the Bun team just independently found it and fixed it, and never saw my issue. So I think as your project gets more popular, stuff like that'll happen. Granted, right now it's mostly me creating stuff. So I want to play issue roulette, but I can't deploy it. I'm gonna keep complaining about it. Somebody make that project deploy. Fine, I'll bounty it. Make deployable Divercel. I'm doing a lot of these small bounties now. So my strategy is I'm gonna try to never have an issue without a bounty. If I don't want to put a bounty on it, it's probably not important enough. And then when we play issue roulette, I'm gonna increase the bounties of anything I find. So basically, things get more valuable over time. That's my current strategy. But I know it's kind of junk because $2 is pretty low, so I might increase that base too. But we'll see. But we got $2,000 worth of bounties. How many issues? $2,000. How many issues is that across? That is across 100 issues. So that makes our average something like $20 per issue. There's probably some big ones in there. If something's actually important, it's quite high. Yeah. Also, if it's more related to electronics, like actually building circuits, it gets really high bounties. um, but if you're just doing web dev stuff, like, sorry, web developers, in the age of AI, I can't buy a water bottle with $2. Yeah, it's not really like payment per se. It's more like a tip. You know what I mean? Those low ones are. If something is really valuable for TS Circuit, it gets a big bounty. It gets like $100 or more. But also, that's just going to go up over time as we get more popular. If we ever make money, the bounties will get really high. But like, there's only so much I can do at this stage. I have to be a good steward of the finances. Like I could give away $50 per issue. A bunch of people could drop in, take the money, run away, and then we'd be out of money in a year, and like we wouldn't have that good of a product. Also, there's way more value in creating issues. If you create an issue and get a bounty, you get that much. Also, if you do issues, you also get sponsorship, so you get to double dip. So, okay, that's my rant. Just increase my sponsor. They are all saying this. Yeah, I like sponsorships more because it encourages people to just kind of like participate in the project without getting a bounty for each small thing. So really the bounties are supposed to interact with the sponsorships. I am spilling tea.
Yeah, I noticed that
everywhere.
some issues
Bye.
Don't even get touched before they don't have bounties.
Yeah. I think part of that is just they don't get on people's radars. So we have to play more issue roulette so that people can see issues that are available.
Also, maybe improve the issue bot. Just the text for the bot in the Discord is really annoying to read.
Yeah, I don't look at any of those channels. Yeah, I mean, how do we improve the issue board? I would love to have a custom page where we display issues.
The bot, Discord bot.
A Discord. Oh, improve the bot. I don't know if I like. I kind of want to move some stuff off Discord so that we get like more SEO coverage, but I don't know exactly how to do it. But like if we, I don't know.
Yeah, actually, maybe issues or something like on the site is actually a good idea too.
Yeah, we could list issues. We could list issues somewhere. Like we could have it be a TS Circuit site, or we could have it be like, I don't know, whoever will host our issues. Maybe a site with better SEO than our site. But we could also put it on snippets. That's fine too. You're just gonna have to cache it somewhere. I'm saying just increase mine. They are all saying this. Ansha, I'm like not sure what's gonna happen when you're in university. I feel like I might never see you again. It's very sad. I did want to create some more issues today. Let's see. There's a couple of things I can work on here. I think the thing I'm most upset about, as far as like I need it to work, is we have this infinite loop bug that's breaking some boards, and I have a reproduction for it. I posted about it last night. I really want to fix this issue, but it is going to require me staring at some numbers for a little bit. But it's a very simple, like 120 line function, and it enters an infinite loop. And I'm not sure why, but I have a test that reproduces it, and I have a debugger available, so I can do that. So that's one thing I want to do. I'm also thinking the docs I want to have be really, really good this month. So I kind of want to set up some docs with. I think I'm gonna try Docusaurus. I like Gitbook quite a bit and Mintlify, but I think I want to try out Docusaurus. Just because Bun uses it, and I'm in the mood to copy Bun. So yeah, those are kind of the two things. Let's make a little chart. This is me debugging. Oh yeah, from yesterday, the recursive pattern Pathfinder. I finished that algorithm from yesterday. If anybody was following along, I spent a while yesterday getting this path engine to work. And I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy with the speed. You can see it's going all over the place. That's because of the patterns that are selected. So I kind of like played with it quite a bit to pick patterns that I thought were pretty good. One way to play with it is to be very adversarial and draw obstacles in the way of everything it tries to do. And you can see it's taking more iterations as we block off those paths. So it gets really mad. So I basically did this until and played with patterns until I found some patterns that were really good. But I think you could actually try to use, if you had a bunch of real PCB data sets, there's probably optimal patterns for PCBs. And there's also probably what I'm calling scale variant patterns. So as you are at different sizes of a PCB, you could actually change the patterns. So you could say, okay, if I need to travel this much distance, I'm going to use this pattern. And you can also make the patterns rotation variants so that they look a little bit more like a normal PCB. So I ran all these tests, used a bunch of patterns, tried to get the iteration counts low. I also have a little tool for testing out different patterns. So here we only have the wide arrow. So with the wide arrow, how far can you take it? The answer is further than you'd think, but it still gets locked up a lot. It can't find a way. There's no possible path using only wide arrows. But if you add like ultra wide arrow or something like that, it starts to get quite good. So you really just need a little bit of variation in your patterns and you can solve, basically any problem. And of course, this uses only intersection math, which makes it quite fast across sparse distances. So anyway, finish that algorithm enough for now. I'm not going to do too much more with it. We could throw it into the TS circuit auto routing like as a built-in, but it does look quite crazy. So I think we would want some post-processing things to make it look just a little bit less crazy, but I'm pretty happy with it. It's very fast, which I like. So I think combined with the right orchestration algorithm for doing multiple traces, it could be quite good. So that's the origin of that diagram. Let's see. So the two things, fix infinite loop issue, write docs on how to build a TIA circuit board. Let's say TIA circuit device. It's a little easier. Let's take a stab. Let's give it a good 10 minutes on this infinite loop issue. Since we have a nice test, it's all set up and ready. Probably going to be a little bit frustrating. But we have the reproduction, not here. Let's see, infinite loop 2. Yeah. This is the data on a production data. See the trending snippet poster issue. Trending snippet poster issue. So this is a project to automatically post snippets on our Reddit. What am I looking at? I think I already reviewed this. There's been no update. Yo, what up, Rohit? Welcome. So I've got some production data. This data replicates the infinite loop. It's very long. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, let's see if we can get it done. So some stats about this data set. If I understand it correctly, it has a very small number of input edges. So this algorithm is responsible for drawing those little hops we love so much on our schematic. Let me see if I can find an example of a little hop. It's kind of a new feature, so it might not be on this one we have on our homepage. 'Cause it's, oh, there's a little hop there. It's a little hop. This goes over it. It's impossible to see. But anyway, I love our little hops. I think they're beautiful. It is unfortunate I have to spend time debugging them. We can probably find more hops here. Oh, there's no hops on this one. Let's try rerunning. Oh, yeah, this also happened recently. The schematic auto router gives up a little bit more easily. So it's kind of unfortunate, especially in this case. It's actually unfortunate in both these cases. That should auto net label. That's a good issue out of this. So we'll create a core issue. Automatically add net labels when a chip to chip trace fails to route. Use the name of the larger chip for the net label. Very few people will understand what that all means, but I'm gonna stay loyal to my to what I said earlier and give this one a bigger bounty because it's actually a very easy. Actually, that's a lot for how easy this one is. I'll do 30. But that's a pretty easy one. You have to talk about it. I think you forget. Oh, I was going to talk about you need to do the fake snippets API and you need to set up the fakes properly. Yeah, that's a good point. Always have green tea, try milk tea sometimes. I won't be doing that, Rohit, and it's not because I don't like milk tea. I love milk tea. The reason is I spill this all over the fucking place when I'm streaming because I'm never looking at it. Also, it takes longer to make. If you do it right, if you make a good chai. So go over how to use fakes for auto poster. Oh man, that's a real it's a real complex one, Ansh. Do we want to do that? In our last stream, or not our last stream, 2 streams ago, we talked about how to use the anthropic fake. Fake anthropic. So I wonder. Yeah, I don't want to leave you hanging though. I guess I can talk about this a little bit. Let me see if I have the auto poster. I do not have it cloned yet. So we will clone it. And yeah, I'll give a little bit of time to talk about this one. Wow, that name is terrible. Trending snippets auto poster. Okay. Trending snippet auto poster. Single snippet. Okay. And then we're going to take a look at your PR and do some modifications to it. So we're going to try to bring you closer into the fold, so to speak. And I mentioned that there's a couple things we have to do. One of the things is we have a little bit of a dependency on the snippets API. So we're actually going to have to deploy the fake version of that as well. So we will do both of those things. Why do we deploy, or why do we have fake APIs? Because it makes it very easy to test without touching the real API. And we believe the responsibility of creating the fake belongs with the source code, not in the modules that are trying to test against it. It's very opinionated, but that's why I'm so anal about fakes versus mocks. We We could, if we wanted to be really lazy, we could just say this module is tscircuit fake snippets API, and we could literally deploy the fake snippets, or fake snippets, I think. We could deploy this whole thing. So we'll add a build command, build package. We're going to need to add TS up. So we're just setting up a standard-ish build system here. I hate that when you're modifying the package JSON, but you do an install. And so it's like, hold on. All those changes, we're sending them away. We're sending them to the farm. I have taken inspiration from the fake Anthropic. Good. Fakes are good capital, meaning you can reuse them. You can reuse them in other places, and it's very handy to be able to reuse them. Okay, so we're going to make the build package command, which is going to be ts up, or it's going to be, first we have to, it's a couple of things we have to do to get this to work. So many things we have to do. We might want to put it into a script, but I think the first thing is we build the fake API, and that's it, actually. I was wrong. And we don't even need a new command. Build fake API. It's already right there. Build fake API. Winner spec bundle. Send it to the dist. And then we're publishing that dist. And then we have this module. Let's see if it works. So I'm going to do bun run build. You can see it's generating tons of stuff. Technically, we don't really need to build the whole app because we're just releasing the API right now. Eventually, we'll release the whole app. But for now, we're releasing the API. Bro, I have water. What you have? Is this like some India like smack talk going on? I don't even know what's going on. I walked away from chat for 2 minutes and people were talking about Rajasthan. If you guys haven't noticed, my daily go-tos are a can of cold brew. You know what? I'm not going to build this whole thing. Look how long I'm waiting for this friggin' API. I'm talking about what I drink in the morning to take up time. Building the fake API is very quick, so we're just going to do that. Okay, so now we build, and we have a dist directory, and our dist directory has our bundle, so we can publish this. So currently, basically nobody has publish access except me for the first publish, but then after that, you can publish more. So that's just a really simple way to do it for now, but eventually we'll have it so that you can publish stuff to tscircuit. I am not about making myself a bottleneck. Okay, so we've published the fake snippets API. So already this can now be used, but we're going to set up auto publishing so that it publishes in the future. So we'll go to GitHub, and there's no release workflow. So we're going to jump in there. We're going to run tscircuit plop, bun pver release, and now we have auto releasing for this repo. I'm going to add the build script, bun run build fake API. And we're going to add, we don't want to be publishing too often. So right now it's set up to push to any main branch update, which normally we want to do that. But in this case, we want to only publish when the fake snippets API directory changes. That's just going to make our lives a little bit easier, less version updates, less auto updates from Renovate, etc. And that's it. Set up fake API releases. We will create a PR for that. And this is because Ansh asked me to do it. This is a rare case where I am actually going to close the issue that I just made. Fixes that. Okay, so how does this relate to the trending snippet auto poster? The trending snippet auto poster has to talk to the snippets API, and so we can now use its fake. I don't know where that directory is. Trending. Hold on. Trending snippets auto poster. There we go. All right. Apparently, I closed the window by accident. Got to install Biome, man. So we're on Ansh's branch here. We're going to install that fake snippets API as a dev dependency because it's only for testing. So fake snippets. So now you can run that whole fake API, all the same code from here. And let's see what you got. This PR was pretty chaotic when I last looked at it. Not entirely your fault, but somewhat your fault. Yeah, this is crazy. Why would you add Axios types like this? This is a crazy thing to do. Don't do that. Banned. And then this test file is huge. Yeah, I mean, honest, you got to clean up this code a little bit for me, man. This is crazy. Also, when have you ever seen us put a test directory in the source directory? So in all of our projects, we have a function, get test server. We always have this function whenever we have a server thing. So you got to define this function. We always have this function. You have the winner spec bundle now. So for the fake snippets API, so you can say fake snippets API bundle from fake snippets. You also need Reddit, so we're also going to import the fake Reddit bundle, fake Reddit API bundle. So now you have these sort of bundles that represent the servers. It's complaining about types. What's up, Absi? I heard some uttering, some utterances.
How are you guys? It's Shibo.
Good. Good. Oh, it's Shibo. Oh, hey. Sorry, man. Dude, my voice recognition skills are garbage. But good to see you. Good to see you. What do you feel? How do you feel about this fake pattern? You know, our viewers are probably thinking fakes sounds like a lot of work for not a lot of gain. You know, so what do you say to these? What do you say to these?
You mean the fake servers and all that?
Yeah, having fake servers. What do you think about all this? What's the point? Is there a point? You know, is it a lot of work for little gain?
I think it's going to be more beneficial in the future.
Yeah, that's right. Boom. Capital.
Community.
Exactly.
So that everyone can contribute, even though it's private. It's going to contribute to private servers.
Yeah, that's right. That is an advantage. Yeah. Yeah, it is good for contributing for things that are private. Yeah, that's true. Also, third-party things. I don't think we've done too many third-party integrations, but we just released what is it? Fake Anthropic. So possibly if you want to write a test that needs to call AI, but you can use fake Anthropic instead, and you literally just swap the base URL into it, and you can do that. I don't know though. We'll see. It's not my biggest concern right now, I guess, in the scheme of things.
Yeah, I see you're experimenting a lot.
Experiment? What? Oh, you mean like with the auto routing algorithms?
You're always trying new things.
Yeah. Lots of experiments. Try to figure out how to really make the project kind of, I feel like we're doing a lot, so we have to find unique strategies. I don't think. Do you think TS Circuit could have worked as a mono repo? Do you think it would have been possible?
Mono repo.
Yeah, like if we use turbo repo. Have you ever heard of that? Mono repo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the code in one repository.
Yeah. Speaking of,
I think it's better like this, so that
yeah,
people can use their own tooling for some stuff.
yeah.
Like if they don't like our 3D viewer, they can use their own and use the rest
Right.
of our tooling.
Right. Yeah, you can kind of like take what you want,
I like
leave
that.
the rest. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of tools that they do everything, but then you have to buy in completely to their ecosystem. I think like with TS Circuit, you do have to buy into some of it, but like for example, let's say you don't buy into TypeScript, you can just use Circuit JSON and you can literally use everything. So I don't know. I feel like that's like pretty good.
Okay.
I sorry to put you on the spot, but I heard you were working on a microcontroller AI, so microcontroller experts for the AI benchmark suite for that. Is that right?
I'm trying to make the AI work. It's very bad right now.
It's really bad, but the UI is surprisingly not that bad. Like it's impressive to me that like it like
It's good how
almost
it
works.
integrates with the code and PCB and schematic.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a
like
very good experience. It just doesn't work.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. So I really think if we just have our benchmark suite output, I mean, what repo are you doing the microcontroller stuff and then in the same repo? Probably makes sense, the prompt benchmarks repo. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm going to try to make strict rules for it. For example, I'm going to try to automatically give it all the available components, footprints, and fetch the snippets from the registry, and tell it
Yeah.
to only use these items.
Yeah.
It can, like I asked it very simple to make a very simple board, and it used some footprints that we didn't have, and that's
Yeah.
a major issue.
Yeah.
So I'm going
Sometimes
to try to constrain it.
yeah, I think that's a really, really good idea. It also makes it easier for me to demo because if I know like, oh yeah, it can do any LED matrix with a microcontroller or something like that, that makes my life so much easier. We should have an LED matrix component, by the way, because these are really simple to set up. These grids of LEDs, and they only have one input pin, and then power and ground, and you can have as many LEDs as you want. It's crazy.
I talked to Anas about the schematic viewer in the snippets website.
Yeah.
I think users most likely don't want to place schematics. So maybe we should enable automatic schematic layout by default.
We should,
And
but
I thought maybe we should start implementing elec.js because I don't like our auto schematic layout that we currently have.
yeah, it's really bad. But wait, is that how does that work? Did you finished that work or it's still in progress, right?
I think it's usable.
Oh, it's
I've
usable.
got to a good point. It's hard to set up. It's very hard to set up and customize, but I think it's very usable. I saw some people do some good stuff with it,
Really?
but their code was very complicated. Yeah. Maybe I should look in.
It's in core, right? So I can pull your.
No, it's very hacky right now.
Oh, okay. So it's hard for me to test
don't
it.
think
I
you
would
can
love to
use it.
play with it.
It's hard to test. But I think it's going to be easier to test with your new snippet imports.
Yeah. That's how I
Set up
generated this. I've been using it. It's incredible. Yeah, I needed
Good
to
use.
test render the contribution board, and now you can inject core, a custom version of core, which we need inside of core. It's amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Does that
actually,
fix
go
does
ahead.
that fix the manual edits issue?
Yes, it does. Yeah, actually, it's really cool. I'm like, it's very rare that I'm really proud of a piece of code, but the ESM and CJS bundlers I think are like basically perfect. They're so good. They bundle all of your dependencies together and all the snippets, and they make it so easy. I mean, I know I'm just looking at a giant page of code, but it literally bundles everything perfectly. I mean, this is mostly thanks to Rollup. Rollup is an amazing project. But yeah, you can get it in ESM or CJS. And then the NPM registry also uses it. So that works really well now. It's like, it's just incredibly solid. So yeah. Yeah. But you could just use the import snippets module, and it handles all the usage of the registry. But also, it's so fast because of the Cloudflare caching layer. Yeah, very rare that I'm proud of a piece of code at all. But that is some very, very nice code. Yeah. Yeah, and it's basically I made it just for writing tests like this, where you find some bug on production and you just go, oh yeah, let me import and test that.
It's
Something.
going to be easy for the AI to use.
Yeah. Well, okay,
Like,
so the
Not
AI should.
important. Using the components. How does it know how to connect the component to other components?
Yeah, how does it know like what
How to
is
connect modules
exposed?
together?
Yeah. We actually, yeah, because you have to
Do you
give
have
like
something on that?
props
Or does it
or
need work?
no, I haven't done anything on that except there is one thing I did. Hold on, let me see. There's types.t. Does this work? Types.tscircuit.com. No, it doesn't work like that. Hold on. I think I have something for this. Let me see if I can guess the URL. But I'm pretty sure we have a registry just for types. And that would tell
It's going to be
you
very convenient.
Yeah. Yeah, we have a registry just for types. So let me change this snippet or let me create a snippet that actually or find a snippet that actually has a props. But then you could try to use the types to understand the usage. It's not perfect, but that'll probably get us pretty far. And it's also nice because you can validate it. So let me find something that actually has inputs. So Pico W, this is a board I would love if the AI could use. Let's see what this one's types look like. So this URL is probably impossible to see, but it's just registry package not found. Package not found. I think this has to do with a bug with lowercasing. Maybe not. Package not found. But you found my other package.
Maybe /type after the name of the footprint.
I think this is a backend bug. Hold on one sec. Let me just. This code is fairly recent. Yeah. It's a backend bug for uppercase packages. That should fix it. Fix uppercase packages not resolving types. Remember how I was talking about how proud I was of this code? Then it has like a simple bug like that. Oh, that is annoying though. Let me, oh man. All right, let's see if we can find one that has all lowercase. That's the only one that's going to work until that gets merged.
What's it?
Something imported from JLC PCB that's all lowercase.
I have an ESP32 module.
Does it it has
I'm not
types?
sure.
ESP32. All the ESP32s I
Yeah, they're in capital.
see. Yeah, they have capitals. That's an annoying bug. That bug only affects the types right now. I have this one, micromod connector. Does this have types? Yeah, this one looks like it should work. Okay, so we'll use this. So I was gonna give this types.tscircuit.com, but then I realized it doesn't really make sense, I think, for types. I feel like types you usually have, you know, that it's so how I decided on all these URLs or this very simple system for bundling is based on this incredible project called esm.sh, which is basically a registry where you just give esm.sh/anything and it auto bundles. It's really great. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so there's the that's pretty good, I think. What do you think, Shibo? Oh wait, there's no
So you have
pins.
to, yeah. Do you have to import them like you imported the name? I see the name prop.
Yeah, it only takes a name, but we want to.
C-
Oh yeah, we
Can you
need
go to the
to.
start of the file? Oh, yeah, this type.
Maybe it's because pin labels isn't exported. Is there? Oh, man, this is actually kind of a tricky TypeScript problem. What's the best way to represent this with types? You know what I mean? Like,
There should be a prop like this name prop. Don't you think?
for each pin? I think so. You're right. You're right. No, no, no. You're right. You're right. You're right. Because, yeah, it spreads props. So I think. No, you're right. You're right. So that's actually a TS circuit bug, I think. Or no,
Green
no,
should
no,
have
no.
worked.
No, you can't. Hold on, hold on. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Okay. All right. This is a TS circuit API design issue. No, or not issue, but like it's a potential for a feature. You can't give a chip its pin labels and like it won't like connect, right? That's not how it works right now. But we could add support for that, which would improve the types. Which it's not a bad idea. Okay, so just to make it more clear what I'm saying.
How would that work? Maybe
Yeah, so
override the pins or
uh
I just want to connect to the pins.
we could add a connections prop.
Yeah.
The connections prop automatically creates traces for a chip. So right now, if you want
How did we have this
types,
until now?
right now we have this sort of if you if you use the hook, we have types. But oh yeah, but the no, yeah, so the slowly this isn't typed properly. Yeah. This isn't
Just get the
typed.
type from the hook, so that you can.
Yeah, exactly. If the yeah, it says any. It's any. So this okay. Whew. Oh my gosh. What a whirlwind. Okay. This is an interesting issue, so I'll finish this one up. So like pin 1 you could specify like goes to U1 or U2 dot or we'll say
Really
R1.
convenient.
Yeah. By the way, I kind of hate this dot syntax. It was inspired by CSS selectors, but I'm really starting to dislike it because it's hard to remember all those friggin' dots. So I think I might make it so the dots are optional, and that has a bunch of other issues because it's not technically a good CSS selector, but I'm just like really tired of typing dot all the time. So R1 pin 1. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
You can't change it just here, can you? You have to change it all the way.
Yeah, we should be consistent. Plus, there's already functions written for it. I'll create an issue for that
You have
to make the
a
dots
greater than
optional.
sign, don't you?
Sorry, I missed that. What was that?
A greater than sign between R1 and pin 1.
You don't need that. It's actually optional because it's CSS selector like. So you don't need it. That's how you say immediate child.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So you actually don't need it, especially for a resistor because there wouldn't be. But I would say it's probably good practice. But yeah, CSS selector syntax. That's actually why I tried to be like only use CSS selector syntax because I was worried people would be like too confused about it, but I friggin' hate it. The other thing I could do is we could have a utility that you can import that's like select.r1.pin1, something like that. And then this select thing could basically have like a ton of defaults. You know what I mean? Like it's literally just a giant type with a ton of defaults. And because I kind of like that
it
syntax,
would have
especially.
it would have all components.
Yeah, it could. You could try to, if you're really fancy with TypeScript, you could override the global object, but probably you would just have to literally have a giant static type. I don't think you could derive them on the fly without doing something really fancy. Yeah, but yeah, it's pretty tough. The other thing we could do is have a string like, yeah, I kind of like that selector thing the most, I think. And then if you do a string, you have to do proper CSS selector because, like, I don't know. I feel like if we invent our own language for selectors, people are going to be really upset about it.
I agree. Maybe we should have them both.
Yeah. We could do that where we infer it. So we say like if you don't have any dots or you don't have like if it matches this pattern where it's like just two names, we use our custom syntax. So it's more of an opt-in. Might confuse people. It's the only downside. We could also do like $sign to indicate it's our own syntax or something. Or we could say CS. I don't know. We could do a couple things. I think circuits are hard to read right now though. It'd be nice if it was just R1 pin 1. I think that's easy to read. But anyway, CSS selector for now.
Maybe we should ask which is the easiest for the AI to parse.
That's true.
Maybe those selectors will help the AI to parse those connections.
Yeah, because AI should know all about CSS selectors. I think maybe the JSON version R1 pin 1. That's an interesting idea. R1 pin 1. That's technically valid CSS as well, because you can have these square bracket things in CSS, but it might be easier for us to figure it out. And of course, if we introduce the selection object, then the selection object can literally just return a string that uses CSS. So then we don't have to really change the strings at all. So the selector object kind of gives you, kind of lets you do whatever. That's why I kind of like the selector object. It also encourages good patterns because you would get the autocomplete. I really want the autocomplete. Yeah, that's a pretty the selector is relatively a harmless change, but yeah, also it could validate the AI types. Oh, also, all right, I'm starting to think the selector might be a good idea.
Yeah, but to make it easier for testing.
Yeah, okay. So here's a crazy thing, Shibo. I'm about to blow your mind, dude. Another thing we could do with selector is we could run the entire circuit with a selector that using JavaScript proxies just returns a string for anything. So we do the whole thing, and then afterwards we generate based on all the things in the circuit based on the circuit JSON. We generate the types file, and then we run a type check against that. So then we can actually you evaluate the circuit, then you write the types file, then you evaluate the types on selector. And you could actually do that. Even if a selector is a global import, you can validate that the types match. That'd be crazy. Because I think giving type feedback to an AI is, it usually can figure it out. Good night, Sebi. Good night, Ansh. Take care. Rohit was like, this rant, I don't care for it. I'm out. It's friggin' 11 p.m. for me. I'm going to bed. I respect that. It's cool, dude. Not for you. All right. Okay, so introduce connections prop, and then I'm gonna say introduce. Oh, did that not submit or something? Got me worried. No, we got it. Introduce import selector from ts-circuit/core. How do you feel about that name, Sal? It's got to be short, right? I was gonna do just S, but I don't know about that.
Yes, sounds good. Autocomplete is very important.
Yeah.
You only realize that when you don't have autocomplete.
Yeah,
My
for
biggest
sure.
problem with EricJS is that its configuration is using text.
Yeah.
There are no types, and the documentation is kind of bad.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. How fast does it run? I wonder if we could do schematic layout on the server.
Hmm.
Rohit says it's 12 p.m. here, bro. All right, it's a little bit later than that. No, you know what, Rohit? Go to bed. Go to bed. Clearly you're not interested in the ground-breaking electronics work that's happening here. So go to bed. Have a good night of sleep. You know. I feel like I never get mad at you, Shibo. What's up with that? Why does that happen? It's because you deliver,
I don't know about that.
Rohit. When's your last PR, Rohit? Huh? Friggin' punk.
It's a
JavaScript
lot we
proxy.
have to count. That's all that matters.
Yeah, if you write good code, I'm gonna be very nice to you. That's why I'm very nice to Dr. Sensor, who I've mentioned like 10 times today. But Dr. Sensor is just doing really hard good code. I'm like, nobody F with Dr. Sensor.
His skills are crazy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's pretty cool.
Crazy good.
I will say the PRs I love the most are the ones that surprise me. Like an example with Shibo was Eval Light. I had never seen Eval Light. I had no idea what to expect. It was very surprising. It worked very well. I was like, yeah, that's great. I showed our Eval Light benchmarks to a bunch of people the other day, and it's not like, oh, our AI is killing it with electronics. Like, we have a lot of work to do. But just the fact that we have a great way to test it, like everybody, I think you see that and you say, oh, well, they're going to get it. It's only a matter of time, right? AI is getting better. You're measuring what you're doing. Of course, you're going to get better.
I have more ideas to add to it. I want to see if a circuit fails or if there's errors. It would show you the errors and failures.
Yeah.
It would make it easier to improve the prompts.
Yeah, I think just the same way that the website right now, when there's an error, it like you can click fix to select. I feel like we should give the AI like one chance to fix or something for our benchmark. I don't know. Maybe that's too much to ask, but because like ideally we one shot, but I think realistically we don't train AI models. We use off-the-shelf AI models. So it's kind of unrealistic to expect it to one-shot it. And we can use for the corrections a very fast model, so nobody will even notice. You know, we can use Haiku or something like that for corrections. Haiku's actually quite good at coding. Okay, so declare cell or...
For XJS, I found it to be pretty fast. It routed our two most complicated boards in 200 milliseconds, I think.
Really? Our two most complicated...
pretty
what
good.
boards did you route?
The Arduino, I believe, and another one. I forgot which one was it.
Oh, nice.
But one of them was the Arduino. It had a lot of components. But the bundle is very large for that package.
Yeah, we might want to do it on
Need as
server.
large as the core repo.
Yeah, it's honestly it's not too bad. Like I feel like our core is pretty lightweight, but it just feels bad to
It would
put
double.
in.
It would double the size of the
Yeah.
core.
Yeah, I mean, I feel happier that we're measuring it. That makes me feel a little bit better because if you're not measuring it and like, because now we know how to undo it. But yeah, we could also. I want core to support like platform plugins, so it could be the same as like Auto Cloud it's going to use whatever auto router the platform provides. So if somebody else runs a TS circuit platform, they can put in their own auto router. I think we could do the same thing with schematic auto layout. It's not great though, because you also want TS circuit code to be predictable. So I think it wouldn't be so much like auto cloud. It would be like you would like specify, you would say schematic auto layout, and then we would actually like give the, what's the name of this module again? I'm forgetting the friggin' name.
Elk.js.
Elk, yeah. So we would say like Elk version 2, and then the platform would have to provide Elk version 2, and or the circuit would error, and it would say it would render still, but it would say we couldn't do schematic layout. I feel like that's a pretty good way to compromise. Yeah, Elk.js. Have you posted a screenshot of these of anything you've routed yet? Because I would love to see some Elk.js stuff.
No, I don't have anything up yet.
No worries. Okay, so on our crusade to file bugs, this one is not a snippets bug. It could have been a snippets bug, but snippets unfortunately doesn't implement the bundler yet. So this is a backend bug. The backend bug is we don't properly bundle types that use create use component. So when we do that, the AI can leverage the types, and it'll be much better because it's able to leverage the types. So yeah, I'll take a look at that. Even if it just said inside the type, if it said import like TS circuit props or whatever, that would be much better because it doesn't. Even if it didn't bundle the types, is what I'm saying. It would still be much better. Yeah, because bundling types is nightmarish because a lot of times you have to assume there are browser types available and all this stuff. So bundling types is even worse than bundling JavaScript, I would say, based on my work doing bundling. I want to check in. Yeah, I got a bunch of notifications on random things. AI description. Let's take a look at this PR. This is a private package PR, but we're generating AI descriptions, and we have a prompt for it now. So let's see. Fake Anthropic, AI description. Cool. Let's take a look at the update. Okay, cool. So whenever somebody updates a snippet, we're now going to generate an AI description, which can be used on our homepage. That should also be useful for the AI descriptions. So when you could do a search across AI descriptions and say, you could even do an embedding search, which is where you search for things that are semantically relevant. So it uses, Postgres supports this natively. You could say like, I need something that does Wi-Fi, and it wouldn't just return things that say they have Wi-Fi in the name. It might return things that have internet or related terms. So that's an embedding style search. Okay, start fake. Okay, there's some issue with this. This is really close, though. CI is checking for authorization. The CI is checking for authorization. Okay, so Rashab, you just need to set Anthropic API key to test key or anything ? Or anything / what the fake wants inside get test server. Also, make sure the environment variable is pulled dynamically. Backend PRs, not as interesting. A lot of logistics with backend PRs. Okay, I think the backend ones I'll skip for now. We have a core issue here. Oh, the DSN converter is fixed, but we have hovering issues. Okay, cool. So there was an, this is related to your stuff, Shibo. I guess this is fixed now. Oh yeah, because the DSN converter was updated. So yeah, this should be fixed now. Sub-circuit routing issues. Nice work, Rashab. Manual editing PCB.
Nice.
Yeah, this is a tricky one. Yeah, we want to be able to do manual edits, drag and drop for the PCB. You know, I was doing drag and drop editing for the schematic, and it's pretty good. But I think auto layout. What I would like to see is auto layout and then you edit, rather than like you have to pull everything apart then put it back together the way you want. I was also thinking it would be cool to be able to drag and drop sub circuits. Oh, and yet another thing. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were talking about the importance of system diagrams and how, like, most people when they're designing a device, they start with a system diagram. I was like, should we output to that, or should we just like go to Excalidraw? Like, should we just say, hey, go to Excalidraw? Like, it's almost like designing a software system. Just like go to a whiteboard and plan it out. You don't need software to help you plan software. You know what I mean? I don't know if you have any thoughts on that, but yeah, let's look at a system diagram. Wi-Fi
It's like a
module.
draft.
Yeah, it's like a rough version. So this is a very good. This one's probably better than a lot of them. But yeah, you're just like, yeah, this is kind of at a high level how this thing is going to work. And like TS circuit could like output this. If you imagine each of these are sub circuits, we could kind of output this, but I feel like it'd be going too far. It's almost like, you know, for a web page, you don't output like header. You know, you have things named like that, but you don't output a block that says header. So
Imagine you design this and you have a button create with AI.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
this system for you.
Yeah, literally. But when we're
I think
building
that's a
that,
high-end goal.
yeah, it's a good idea to have, like, you could ask AI to generate like a UML diagram or something, which I think you could. Let's ask O1, or let's ask Claude, because Claude I think might be able to. Who can output diagrams? Can O1 output a diagram? I'm running out of O1 credits this month. It makes me sad. Write this as a. I think Mermaid has a. Let's see. Live editor. Do you have a UML format? Sample diagrams. Zen UML. Oh, that doesn't look good. Class. There's actually not a good Mermaid format for this, is there? Block diagram. Huh. We could try. I mean, I think class diagram is probably closest, but it's not very good. Yeah. Let's go with class. Write this as a Mermaid class diagram. I don't know if ChatGPT can display this stuff. Anthropic loves to display things, but I don't think ChatGPT can. I would have never tried that recursive pattern. Well, I would have tried it, but I wouldn't have spent so much time on it if Claude hadn't helped me write a very, very basic, very slow prototype. And then I was able to take it and make it a lot faster. But it was really cool how it put together a prototype very fast of that algorithm.
Can you see the snippet I posted on Discord?
Yeah. Oh, is this a layout? I'm gonna be very excited.
No, I think I found a bug
Oh, you found a bug. Oh, come on.
in the schematics tracing.
Oh, if I look at it. Yeah, no, this is I just filed this. Actually, I just filed an issue for this. But so you know we were the schematic traces are the slowest part of the rendering right now. So now it gives up. It gives up like really quickly. And a lot quicker. It actually gives up too quickly. But anyway, it gives up, and then it's supposed to replace with net labels, but we don't have a chip-to-chip net label replacement right now. So that's why it's That's why it's doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're pretty close. By the way, that schematic auto layout thing, something I would recommend is capacitors are virtually always 90 degrees. So I don't know if you can support, it's probably tricky, but I would say V1, don't worry about it, but V2, we should have it do auto rotations and just rotate capacitors 90 degrees, because like every time I see a capacitor like this, I'm like, that's pretty weird. You only see that in really simple diagrams. Like RC circuits, analog circuit stuff. I would put them on, 90 degrees by default, but I feel like that's confusing. I like how everything is predictably left to right by default. Yeah. Good bug, but yeah, have you know this view snippets page is kind of broken too. Like it doesn't expand this box down. But I'm not going to file that because we're redoing that whole page. All right, let's see if O1 could draw a diagram representing this diagram with Mermaid. Nah, it's terrible. Yeah, it's really bad. Okay. It's like missing 90% of the boxes. It's disappointing. All right, I definitely did not do these latter two issues, but I have to prep for a meeting I have in a couple minutes. So end O stream for today, but thank you for joining, for all the people who joined. And I will be at it again tomorrow. It's like a daily live stream, basically. It's how I start my day, how I get warmed up. So talk soon, and